Sarfaroshi ki tamanna. Even after the widespread searches and arrests, government could not gather strong and enough evidence to put the revolutionaries to trial. So it started exploring all other avenues like trickery, threats, and even inducements to break them down. In these efforts, they succeeded in winning over Banwarilal and he turned approver. The whole plot was unraveled as a result of his confessions. The police got all the details about the plot, and based on this information, the Kakori conspiracy plot, famous in the annals of freedom war in India, was out on trial. Charges were framed on 21 people. It was alleged that the daring attack on the running train at Kakori was not just an isolated incident, but was part of a widespread plot against the emperor to secure India's freedom from the British rule. The preliminary hearing was held on 4th of January 1926 before the magistrate at Lucknow, Syed Ainuddin. After completing the recording of the evidence, the matter was committed to sessions in the court of Judge Hamilton. The supplementary trial against Ashfaq and Bakshi also came up for hearing before this court. While going to the court, a full 2 to 3 miles away, all the accused used to sing patriotic songs to the sound of the fetters on the hands and on the feet. They would sing the songs even in the court premises. This helped in creating awareness among the people. The Sessions Judge of Lucknow, Hamilton, was known for his deep hatred for India, and he was particularly angry with the revolutionaries carrying out an armed struggle. After prolonged waiting, he announced 6 April 1927 as a date for pronouncing judgment. After alighting from the police vans, all the prisoners, ignoring the warnings of the police, entered the court premises singing in one full-throated tone the famous song Sarfarosh Geet of Pandit Ram Prasad Bismil to the beat of the clatter of the letters. In that crowd were present Chandrasekhar Azad and Bhagat Singh, of course in a proper disguise, to hear what lay in store for their colleagues. A singular tribute to their daredevilry and to the sincere, deep-rooted friendship. Hamilton entered the court at the appointed hour. Instead of reading the full judgment, he read out only the operative part. Pandit Ram Prasad Bismil, Rajendranath Lahiri, and Thakur Roshan Singh were sentenced to be hanged till death. Sachindranath Sanyal was given life imprisonment and Manmanath rigorous imprisonment for 14 years. Other accused were given various terms of rigorous imprisonment ranging from 3 to 7 years. Ashfaqullah Khan was sentenced to death, while Sachindranath Bakshi was given life sentence. As was expected, all these prisoners were taken to different jails on that very day. In July 1927, the High Court confirmed the death sentences. The sentence on Manmanath was enhanced to that of life imprisonment. These sentences sent a wave of anger and opposition to the government all over the country. It was announced that all those sentenced to death would be hanged in their respective jails at 6:30 a.m. in the morning on the 19th December 1927. While he was in the cell meant for persons sentenced to death, Pandit Ram Prasad Bismil had written his autobiography running into full 64 pages and had managed to send it out of the jail. As an epilogue, he added 11 songs composed by him devoted to God and to his love for the country. On Monday, 19 December, he was taken out of his cell. He started marching to the gallows and singing Bharat Mata Ki Jai, Vande Mataram. When asked what his last wish was, he immediately answered, "My last and only wish is that the British Empire should be destroyed." Around the same time, in the Allahabad jail, Thakur Roshan Singh and Ashfaqullah Khan in the Faizabad jail embraced death and became martyrs.